Hello folks, welcome back. In this section we are going to see how we can deploy on a Docker container using Jenkins. So here also we are going to use Jenkins as our build and deployment tool, and we are going to deploy on Docker container. So far we have our code under Git and Jenkins server is ready. Next thing is we need to set up our Docker container. Let's go and see how to set up Docker host. To set up our Docker host, I have created a document in our documents repository. We can go there and have a look. Here we have a folder called Docker. Go inside to this and we have Docker installation steps. In the Docker installation steps, we can install Docker on Amazon Linux or CentOS. In our case, I'm going to use Amazon Linux because it's quite simple. We can install Docker either Community Edition or Enterprise Edition. If you are using RHEL, we don't have any Community Edition for RHEL. You must go with Enterprise Edition. But for Amazon Linux or CentOS, it is available. That is the reason I'm going to use Amazon Linux, where we can directly install our Docker. For this purpose, I'm going to launch new EC2 instance as a Docker host to set up our Docker containers. Let's go to Amazon console. So far we have two servers, that is Jenkins and Tomcat. I'm going to launch new server for Docker host. I'm choosing Amazon Linux. Nothing to change over here. Name Docker host, because it is going to host our Docker containers, and security group, same security group I am using. Launch, and same key pair also I am using. Alright, our Docker host is ready. Let's jump into Docker host. Session SSH. EC2 minus user. I could able to log in. Increase the font size. Become a root. Host name Docker host. I'm naming it as a Docker host. Again logging in to take it effect. Alright, clear the screen. Now we'll install yum install docker. Yes, I want to install it. It is going to install Docker Community Edition. Installation successful. Now let's execute one of the Docker command, docker ps. It displays all the running containers. Let's see what will happen. You can see here it is saying that Docker daemon is not running because we haven't started Docker daemon. Service Docker status, service Docker start. Again check for the status. Now it's running. If I execute the same command right now, it will give the output, but there are no containers right now. Because it is a fresh setup, we don't have any containers right now. We need to create our own containers. I believe you already know that Docker containers created out of Docker images, and Docker images created from the Docker file. Initially, we need to write a Docker file. From Docker file, we should create a Docker image. From Docker image, we should create a Docker container. Instead of that one, we can use some of the predefined images which are available in the Docker Hub. Docker Hub is a registry where it has Docker images which are created by different people. Let's jump into Docker Hub and see what is there in the Docker Hub. Search for Docker Hub. So this is hub.docker.com. This is what we are going to use. So usually if you don't have any images or you don't have any Docker files, you can able to pull some of the Docker images from Docker Hub. These images are created by official product owners, or the people like us can able to store Docker images. In Docker Hub, there are two kind of registries, that is public registry and private registry. If you want to keep your images privately, you can use the private repository. Usually in the industry, they don't keep their images publicly. They will always keep their images in the private repositories, or else they can create their own private repositories to store their images. For now, instead of writing a Docker file, I am going to take a Docker image from the Docker Hub. Let's search for Tomcat. If you remember, we have set up a Tomcat VM. Rather than that, we can create a Docker container directly by pulling the Docker image. And there are so many options came. You can see 21,000 plus results came. For some images, you can see official image, and for some of them, there is no tag. And here it will tell you how many downloads it happens. Official image nothing but the product owners are going to create this image. Always prefer to use the official images, because if you use the unofficial images, there might be a chance that they may inject some malwares to your containers to hack your systems. So it's always best practice to use the official images. So let's go inside to Tomcat, and to pull this image we are going to execute a docker pull Tomcat. And there are various tags for your Tomcat image, nothing but versions. You can choose any version. If you need Tomcat 9, you can use this. 8 if you need this. Like that, there are various options. You can choose any tags according to your requirement. If you don't specify any tag, it is going to pull the latest image by default. And if you scroll down little bit, it will tell you the how to use this image as well. So these are the commands what you need to execute to pull this image, and the application is going to run on port number 8080 internally in the Docker container. In our case, we want to pull the latest Tomcat image and create a container out of it. Before pulling the image, let's list out the images. Docker image ls. We don't have any images. Docker pull Tomcat, and you can give the tag latest. I am giving nothing but it is going to pull the latest image from the hub.docker.com. It is a public repository. If you want to use private repository, you must log into your repository by using Docker login, which we are going to see in the later classes. If you want to pull the images from the private repository, you need to log into your Docker registry by using Docker login. This we are going to see in the later videos. For now, let's list out Docker images. Either Docker images or Docker ls, both are going to give the Docker images. Now we have pulled a latest Docker image. We can create a container out of it. To create a container, we should execute a command called docker run minus minus name. I'm going to name it as a Tomcat container minus p, nothing but on which port number do you want to expose it. I want to expose it on port number 8080. Internally also it runs on port number 8080, and image name Tomcat and latest. If you don't specify any tag, by default it treats it as a latest. Let's execute it, and it is going to create a Docker container and runs in the foreground. Foreground nothing but we could able to see that one. Now let's try to access our Tomcat application from the browser. For that we should take host server IP address followed by port number 8080. So let me take the port number of our Docker host. This is port number of Docker host colon 8080. Here you can see we could able to pull the latest Docker image and it's running fine. Now if I kill this Docker container, so if I try to access it right now, it won't work. Now if I display the Docker ps, nothing is there. Docker ps minus a, we have a container which is in stopped state. So let's remove this one and recreate a new container. To remove a Docker container, docker rm and container name. Let's create a new container with the same command, but this time we are going to use -d option. D stands for detach mode, so that it won't display in the front end. Now you can execute command called docker ps. You can see a Tomcat container which is running, And if I refresh it again, it should work. Alright, our Docker container is working. In next video, I'm going to show you what and all prerequisites we need to set up to deploy on a Docker container.